Marina Adok from Pagwok Parish in Lamore district remembers her only son, Opilo. She doesn't remember the exact date she last saw him, but it was decades ago. The pain of his disappearance is still fresh. Every time his name is mentioned, she remembers the joy and hope that he once brought to her life and their small community in Pagwok Parish, Lamore district in northern Uganda. This tree holds the most precious memory she has of Opilo before he was abducted by unknown armed men during the 20-year war between LRA and the Uganda government. It was here that Opilo united the children in this small community in dance at a time when fear and anxiety taunted them. And now it is here that Marina carries out her daily ritual of singing and prayer to keep the memory of her precious son alive. It was not always like this for Marina. A few months ago, the discomfort of facing and sharing her loss was too much for her to bear. The fear of rejection and stigma left Marina desperate, without any proper way to honor the memory of her child. In 2016, she learned about a gathering in her community that brought together people who had lost loved ones during the 20-year war and attended some of the sessions.
I followed her to home. Then I started asking her. She told me, you see, if I'm in a group, I cannot open up, I cannot tell people all my problems. Because sometimes I feel as if people will laugh at me that I'm not the only one with the problem, but I'm always exposing my problem. Then I told her, no, that is not the reason why we are in a group. We should tell each and everyone our problem so that we share the problem and we get solution out of it. That's how she started opening up and told me all the story about the missing son.
Now, with regular support from her group and her accompanier, Marina has a song on her lips. She lives each day with hope that one day she'll know the exact fate of her son. She's renovated the hut that her son used to live in and regularly hosts her guests in the small compound before it. About 2,000 families of the missing have been reached with psychosocial support through trained accompaniers and community-based trainers in Kitgum and Lamore districts since 2015. They've been provided with a platform to share experiences and a safe environment to remember their loved ones.
We wanted to accompany these families in the anguish that they are living with for missing their loved one. So in the absence of other actors and that of the mandate of the organization and the purely humanitarian reason, explain why the program itself was initiated by the ICRC.
Through sessions on economic security, members are slowly developing knowledge and skills in the establishment and maintenance of joint income-generating projects and activities.
Normally it is implemented at the end of the psychosocial process. During the psychosocial process, the functionality of these people tend to be low. But after the psychosocial process has ended, their functionalities have improved. They can now engage in some other activities. And this is when we now come in. But it is self-selecting. They have to choose what they want to do. The groups would ask that after the psychosocial, they would like to bind together, to remain together, and then they find something that they do together so that the groups keep together.
As members of primarily agro-based communities, some groups have established joint farming activities on privately owned property that produce yields that are then divided between members, including those who are too old to actively participate. This group started a village savings and loan association which collects an agreed amount of 1,000 shillings from each member every week after their group meeting. Over time, members have benefited from this scheme and are active contributors to their community development.
But we realized that after several months of having psychosocial support, first aid and group sessions, we have seen a major change that most of these persons who were withdrawn and living on their own, not having a community life, we see them coming back, being able to reintegrate again into community life. They are being able to talk to people. and they realize that they are not alone in their suffering. They realize that there are other people like them who has been suffering. And this has created a kind of small, if you like, call it association of families who are missing their loved ones and relatives. For example, there are some families since 2014 that have benefited from the ICRC psychosocial support services. Today, they are still together. So for us, that is a major breakthrough.
Both the ICRC, the local government authorities, and religious and cultural leaders have partnered together to help the families of the missing commemorate their missing loved ones. But there remains a need to document the missing persons and institutionalize an annual memorial for the missing throughout the northern Uganda region. Without this, closure for these families might never be achieved.